everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Why Commerce Content Should Be Part of Your Strategy. So today, we're joined by Camilla Pacelli, Director of Partner Development APAC from Skimlinks. Camilla has strong experience in the affiliate space, being in the industry for almost a decade. She's currently responsible for growing partnerships across publishers, merchants, and networks in the Asia-Pacific region for Skimlinks. We're thrilled to have you with us today, Camilla. I'll pass it over to you and welcome.
Thanks, Amanda, and welcome everyone. Today, I'm gonna talk you through why commerce content should be part of your strategy for advertiser and merchant. The topic we are gonna cover today is a little overview of Skimlinks, who we are, what is commerce content, and great example of commerce content, best practice from leading publisher in Skimlinks network, key shopping events that are coming from now until the end of the year, and we're gonna end the webinar with some summary and key takeaway before moving to the Q&A session. Skimlinks, who we are? We are a global content to commerce monetization platform. We are leader in commerce content. We work with 60,000 publishers globally, including 54% of the top UK and US content publisher. We give the publisher the possibility to connect with 48,500 advertisers, thanks to the strong relationship and partnership we have with networks like Commission Factory. We support the merchant and publisher across display, mobile, CPA, and CPC. Also, we have a fantastic team that give our publisher support to start and scale commerce content, and also give as well support to merchants to drive sales to our network of publishers. Our team is based in EMEA, US, and also APAC.
Since we have both advertisers and publishers joining us today, I thought we'd provide a little more context around this. So Skimlinks is a top publisher on Commission Factory that we work really closely with. The dynamic of our partnership are what some might refer to as a sub-network, with their own publisher base spanning thousands of publishers across the globe. They plug into the major affiliate networks, such as Commission Factory, for tracking, and can offer publishers access to advertisers across multiple networks. While Commission Factory provides several tools for content publishers and influencers, our suite is further complemented by their additional automation tools that are particularly helpful in the content space.
Thanks, Amanda. So to give you, again, a further overview, how we sit in the ecosystem, you have an advertiser that decide to increase their online sales and acquire new customer. So they add to their digital marketing activity also affiliation. For this reason, they set up an affiliation program through network like Commission Factory. Once the program is live, Commission Factory connect the advertiser with different type of publisher, coupon, cashback, and also sub-network publisher like Skimlinks. Skimlinks is a sub-network specialized in commerce content. Once we are active as a publisher on the affiliation program of the merchant, we connect as well the advertiser with our 60,000 publishers that through their shoppable content, they promote the merchant product, and then they let the advertiser acquire new customer and increase their online sales. How Skimlinks work? At the very basic, our technology is a JS that automatically transform editorial link to product and merchant in affiliate link. This JS gets installed on the back end of the publisher website, and what the publisher has to do is just to write editorial content, and Skimlinks technology will take care to affiliate all the upcoming traffic. So for example, you can see we have US publisher, Refinery 29, with a gallery of different products, beauty products. Once the user reading the article decide to click on a specific product and go to the merchant website and decide to buy that product, we affiliate that activity and assign the publisher the commission, and merchant will get an additional incremental sale. What is commerce content? Commerce content is all editorial content that inspire and educate consumer journey. We have different type of commerce content. Here you can see the 4 main examples. First one is comparison. In comparison article, publisher provide audience different option about a specific product category. In this case, eye cream. You recognize comparison article because they always have best in their headline. Then we have review. Review are editorial article focus more on a specific product, where the publisher highlights all the product characteristic, the price, and also sometimes, as you can see in this article, there is a connection within a specific product and a celebrity. In this case, the hairspray used by Jennifer Lopez in the last Super Bowl. And then we have guides. Guides are what we consider timeless content. So content that are relevant anytime. So in this case, for example, the beauty subscription. And then the last one, the last example is deal. Deal are timely content related to a specific promotion, a specific sale, and they really create the urgency and call to action to the user.
Camilla, what type of content performs best, would you say?
From looking at our publisher data for 2019, deals are the one that perform best. Basically, 52% of our publisher revenue coming from deals. So we really recommend any publisher to include deals in their editorial content strategy.
Fantastic.
Also, I would like to highlight some top performing articles in Australia year to date. As you can see, commerce content can cover all kind of vertical, all kind of product type. We have like review about the best vibrator. We have a publisher decide to cover the best 2020 mid-year sales from tech to fashion. We have another deal article about click frenzy, and again, a review about the best hair dryer. Why publishers are investing in commerce content? Publishers are investing in commerce content because it can create a sustainable and long-term revenue stream. As you can see from this number, year on year, 2019, 2020 versus 2019, we see our publisher generate a 68% more traffic, 108% more sales, and 118% more order value. So this is something that all publishers should invest more effort, because that's definitely a positive trend.
That's really impressive growth. Do you see that trend or that type of growth every year, or do you think that's due to COVID-19 primarily?
We start focus on APAC like since 2 years ago, and we actually already since we began to focus on this market, that was a positive trend. And this is due because there is more consumer behavior shifting from offline to online, and more advertising focus on online strategy as well. But I think definitely COVID-19 has accelerated that growth, especially from a specific product category, because people having not the opportunity to buy offline, they obviously shift all their consumer purchase on the online platform. So definitely COVID has accelerated this growth.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here you can see some example of the leading publisher that we are working currently in Australia, from News Corp, Bauer Media with Pacific Magazine, Mail Online, Condé Nast, Nine Entertainment. We also have a strong partnership with advertisers that are currently consisting, including commerce content as part of the strategy. Catch, The Iconic, Coogan, Meyer, eBay, Lovoni, Disney Plus. As I mentioned before, you can see commerce content can be the best fit for every kind of vertical and any merchant that would like to increase the online performance. What is the value of commerce content? Commerce content is an investment that for publisher and advertiser a very long-term perspective for the revenue. We see that when an article is being published, it can generate 57% of the revenue in the first 3 months. However, after these first 3 months, this article is still able to generate revenue for 12 months around. So this means that commerce content can be a sustainable long-term revenue stream on the publisher side. At the same time, for the merchant, investing now in commerce content, they can have a long-term return on the investment.
Camilla, when you're talking about investing in content, can you elaborate on what that might mean for both advertisers and affiliates?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of publisher, when we say invest in commerce content, when they decide to create this additional revenue stream, they first of all need to have the resource that create commerce content article. If they already have an editorial team, they can decide to have some resources from the editorial team focus on right commerce content, or they can hire specific commerce content team. The most successful publisher on our side has usually a team of 5 people, 5 commerce content writers, writing 5 new commerce content articles every day. So this is the kind of volume that can make a commerce content investment in the long term really, really profitable. And on the merchant side, obviously, it's important that consistently invest in commerce content partnership, not only around key shopping event, but all the year round. Make sure that there is part of the affiliate budget focus on establish and nurture the relationship with commerce content publisher. Commerce content publisher can help the merchant obviously take the most of the performance around key shopping event, but also it's important for the merchant to have a great exposure all the year round. And then what commerce content can do. How publisher plan their strategy? So it's not just about commission rate. Obviously, commission rate CPA is the basic of every affiliation program. But there is other KPI that the publisher should look at to plan the commerce content strategy. First of all, conversion rate. Conversion rate is the KPI that specify how much the traffic converts into sales. So it's important to look at the conversion rate to see what are the merchants that are actually converting and where the publisher should focus more effort. On the other side, there is order value. So order value has a direct correlation with the commission that the publisher can generate because the commission rate is calculated on the order value. So it's important that the publisher has a diversified strategy in terms of which kind of price point product push. So always consider to include as well high value item in the strategy. And then obviously offers. User browse online to find the best offer, the best deal. So it's important that the publisher include this kind of promotion in the editorial strategy. And then APC. APC is the KPI that to which the publisher should look in the long term is earning per clicks and show how profitable is the traffic that the publisher is currently affiliate.
Camilla, for any of our publishers who are listening in, are there any specific verticals that have particularly strong metrics of these various different metrics they should be considering?
Yeah, sure. Conversion rate, for example, beauty, everything related to beauty has a very high conversion rate. So beauty is quite popular vertical, and we really recommend to include beauty in the editorial strategy. In terms of order value, of course, all the high value items from tech to home furniture, from high fashion items, they are quite important to be included in the commerce content strategy, especially around the key shopping event, because people are waiting to spend, more when there is a promotional event because they know that they can get an offer. So it's important that during this key shopping event, high value items are part of the product strategy promotion of every publisher. And then in terms of APC, we have a subscription service that have quite high APC, and also, for example, adult toys have very healthy APC. So if the publisher wants to move the needle on the APC, definitely include this vertical. And obviously, the commission rate is not the only thing that is important, but in the long term, it's also important for the publisher to focus on merchants that can drive incremental revenue. On Skimlinks side, we support that in two ways. First of all, the Preferred Partner Program. Preferred Partner Program is an optimization activity that allows merchants to have high visibility in Skimlinks. In order to join the Preferred Partner Program, every merchant needs to secure Skimlinks a 50% minimum increase of the base rate for 3 months period. So all our publishers know every time they log in the Publisher Hub that they need to prioritize Preferred Partner merchants. First of all, because they're the ones that have ranking higher in our merchant search, but also because they know that they are already giving Skimlinks a high commission. And then on the other side, we can support as well exclusive rate, especially around the key shopping date. We want really to optimize one-to-one partnership between key publisher and merchant. And that if this lead in an exclusive commission, we can support that as well. We have a fantastic merchant team that on a daily basis work to secure Preferred Partner Program and exclusive rate. And every year we drive up to 49% incremental revenue from these two activities.
Fantastic. For any of the advertisers listening in who might be interested in getting involved with the Preferred Partner Program, I'd say that the best next step would be to chat with your Commission Factory account manager so we can discuss the best way for you to participate.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Amanda. And then plan the strategy around key shopping events. Key shopping events are essential for any merchant or publisher that want to invest more in commerce content strategy. Here you can see the upcoming commerce content event, Father's Day, Click Frenzy, Single Days, and Christmas. So from now until the end of the year, there is quite busy schedule in terms of key shopping events. So we really recommend, publisher to plan in advance content around this key shopping event, and also as merchant to have a marketing calendar, including offer for this event as well. Well, on the publisher side, in terms of timing, we usually see a spike of traffic 2 weeks before the event. So that's where's the time that the publisher needs to start to promote content. And also for the merchant as well, if they can give as much notice as possible to the publisher about the offer, that will be great as well.
Thanks, Camilla. Yes, I think definitely preparing early is key, and ensuring that all offers are uploaded into the Commission Factory dashboard as well. That way we can pass those along to Skimlinks and the rest of their publishers as well.
Yeah. How merchant can maximize exposure with premium publisher? First of all, having Skimlinks active as a publisher in the program. Then every merchant that is active with Skimlinks has his own merchant profile. As you can see in this screenshot on the right, in the merchant profile, we have the merchant logo that we import from Commission Factory. We have the description, that is something that every merchant can tailor. And then we also import the commission, and we highlight if the merchant is preferred partner or not. We also include the merchant offer, and also as well, we give some guide to the publisher in terms of what's the average conversion rate, basket size, of the merchant across Skimlinks network. This is very useful information for the publisher to understand how they decide to prioritize the merchant. There is also that yellow box where we include any special condition that the merchant would like to highlight for their program. For example, there are some merchants that don't pay commission on specific product category, for example, or there is some merchant that have some specific brand guideline. We would like to highlight there in order for the publisher to be aware of how they should promote the merchant. And then we have the editor toolbar, that is basically this blue bar that you see on the top. The editor toolbar is a Google Chrome extension that every publisher can download, and is a very handy tool because it helps the publisher every time they navigate merchant inspiration information to actually quickly see if the merchant is working with Skimlinks. So if they feature the merchant, they're going to earn a commission, what is the rate, and they can also open the drop menu and see additional information. So that's a very useful tool that make them streamline more the activity on the publisher side. And also it's important that the merchant provide publisher a choice of promotion in order to have an ongoing plan on their side. So it's important to include in the marketing plan coupon that they can drive more than 8% conversion rate. For any international brand that want to expand in APAC, shipping condition are crucial, because obviously there is a lot of competition with local brands. So it's important to have, like, for example, free shipping promotion in order to engage more with the APAC publisher. And then hot product. Hot product include anything that could be bestseller, new product launch, new product release. These are information that help the publisher to write full story about the brand. And of course, sales. So have a calendar that match every sales period for end of financial year sales, after payday sales, summer sale, and so on. That's really, really, really important.
What would you
As I mentioned.
Oh, sorry, Camilla. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Sorry, jumped too quickly.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just going to ask what might be the best way for merchants to communicate some of these promotions to you guys and to their publishers.
Yeah, sure. Good question. So we actually our main source for all the offer is Commission Factory platform. So on a daily basis, we have a dedicated team checking all the new offer in the network. Also, we work really close with Commission Factory account manager in terms of offer communication, and also with Commission Factory publisher team when it's coming a new event, like for example, now after payday or Father's Day, the Commission Factory team collect and curate for us all the relevant offer, and we pass to the publisher.
Thanks, Camilla. I think also just for the merchants watching, the coupons and promotions section of the dashboard and the message center are also great ways to keep your affiliates up to date with the latest offers. Thanks, Camilla.
And as I mentioned, I want also to give you an example of one of the key shopping events we had a few weeks ago, end of financial year sales. That is a key shopping event in Australia running in June. We see that this has been particularly successful this year in terms of traffic. We have 157% increase of traffic. We have 167% increase of order value, and we have 36 articles just dedicated from our premium publisher to end of financial year sale. You can see from the example that publisher has decided to push this event in different way. Publisher did some deals roundup, focus on different category, and some other publisher decide to focus on a specific merchant, like for example, pedestrian with low money. On our side, the top merchant had definitely been Love Honey because the offer was particularly strong, and also Catch. This year we cannot discuss commerce content without considering the impact of COVID-19 across publisher, merchant, and now Skimlinks as support both. Publisher has responded in different way to the pandemic. So definitely commerce content strategy has shifted focus on what had been the key trending product during this particular time. First of all, face mask. Face mask has been a quite popular product, and publisher that usually focus on different kind of categories decide to focus some kind of content on face mask. And also we see as well on merchant side, merchant adding face mask as an additional product category that usually they didn't have. And then also we see that in fashion, there is something that has changed in terms of fashion line that were quite popular. So everything, as people obviously were not going out as much, and they opt more for a comfy kind of outfit. This is kind of product that on fashion side were trending very well. And also on the sport equipment side, people exercise home. We see yoga mat trending very, very well across different publishers across any region. And this has been not only the product category trending during COVID-19. Here you see other example, like for example, beauty, everything related to skincare, home treatment, increasing 207% in revenue year on year, as well as subscription, as well as, for example, do-it-yourself category increasing of 200%. And also anything else related to sport. So not only equipment, but also everything related to fashion wear, and even online learning like yoga course, Pilates course online, and so on.
We've seen some similar vertical trends on Commission Factory as well. Across the network, activewear has increased about 400%, homewares have increased about 300%, and unsurprisingly, alcohol delivery has increased by about 200%. So definitely seeing some similarities here.
Right. And on the Skimlinks side, we also put in place different action to support merchant and publishing during this challenging time. First of all, we launched the Give Back Merchant initiative. So we start to highlight in the Publisher Hub merchant that during this pandemic has contributed to give, for example, money to food charity, donate ventilator or mask. So we don't publish are really keen to feature this type of merchant. So we have close communication with the merchant to monitor this activity and also monitor press release, and we highlight all the back merchant in the Publisher Hub as well in the editor toolbar. On the other side, we support publisher through our bi-weekly newsletter, where we, since the pandemic started, monitor any kind of trend that we see inside Skimlinks and also outside Skimlinks in terms of product category. And we will give publisher content inspiration matching with the best merchant we have on Skimlinks side and best offer. Of course, we also are really proactive in the way we communicate any change of program condition to the publisher. You know, there are some merchants that unfortunately has to close the program or has to change the commission rate, and we promptly communicate to the publisher and also mention the best alternative, because we really want them to preserve the revenue stream and also make them able to promote other merchants available. And then this is the last slide of this webinar. So what I would like to do is just give three key takeaway both for publisher and merchant to start working closely with Skimlinks. On the publisher side, apply to join Skimlinks. It's very simple process. Once you get approved, you can install the JS. Our JS is very simple to install. It's 2 minutes job, and you can start generate revenue from your content straight away. And then after that, look at all upcoming key events and create commerce content that can feature like merchant have offer during this event. On the merchant side, obviously make sure that Skimlinks is active as a publisher on your program. Make sure you pass all your latest deal offer to Commission Factory so we can pass that to our publisher. And obviously make sure that in the marketing calendar there is availability for promotion around key shopping events. And that's all on my side. So I will hand over to Amanda for any questions.
Thanks so much, Camilla. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us. As Camilla mentioned, we're going to jump into the Q&A now. So we will start off with our first question. We've had several questions come in, but if you haven't had a chance to ask your question, please feel free to do so. We'll start filtering those through. So question number 1, as an affiliate who's new to commerce content, where's the best place to start?
Yeah, sure. But the first thing is obviously having the right technology. So as I mentioned, like add our JS. And then the second action is if you already have content, just check your analytics, what are the pages that have the majority of the traffic, and see if you can work to optimize this page in a commerce content perspective. You can add product or merchant link, and also based on that plan accordingly or any new commerce content strategy. And if you are new, definitely start focusing more effort on deals content, because that can help you generate in the short term consistent revenue that will be the basis of your overall commerce content strategy.
Great, thanks, Camilla. This next person said, "Hi, great information. Can anyone join Skimlinks as a publisher? What are requirements for the publisher's website?"
So yes, everyone can join Skimlinks. We have obviously there is an approval system on our side, so we have a dedicated team that on a daily basis check any application manually. Of course, it's important that you have a dedicated website with a good amount of content, and also it's important that you are in line with our brand guideline. So it's important that there is not any incentivized way to drive traffic to your website, that you don't play any activity against merchant trademarks, and that you have in general good quality of the content, and then you can definitely join Skimlinks.
Thank you. Great advice. Next question. It sounds like it's from a merchant. So how is editorial content approved by merchants?
So we don't approve any content, or we don't guarantee any specific content exposure to merchants. And the reason is because commerce content is built in an editorial environment. This means that the editorial team on the publisher side want to keep their style, the authenticity in the way they feature merchants. And this is the reason why commerce content is so engaging with the user, because it's the less intrusive way to push a promotion, to push a merchant to a specific product. Of course, this doesn't mean that we cannot have a strong communication about what are the brand guidelines of a specific merchant. That, as I mentioned before, we can proactively communicate to the publisher. And also, it's important to say that we are also full transparency to share how the publisher is pushing a specific merchant, and obviously be ready as a team to make any kind of discussion with the publisher if there is anything to change. But commerce content is not sponsored content, so that's the reason there is not a process where the merchant can approve before content.
That totally makes sense, and publishers should definitely stay true to their own voice. However, for any merchants who are brand conscious and have a content style guide, you can actually upload these brand guidelines to the Commission Factory dashboard. Under the creatives section, there is a library section where you can upload things like that. So also do feel free to share it with the Commission Factory team or upload it to our platform as well. Next question. Sounds like a tough question. How can publishers compete with toolbar extensions that automatically add codes? So it sounds like it's kind of an attribution question. So does Skimlinks have any suggestions for publishers on, it sounds like, how to help their commerce content convert and not be overwritten by a browser extension?
So definitely, we actually have as well, for example, that's relevant information for the merchant as well. We are very flexible in the way we can set up the traffic. So, for example, we work, if a merchant wants to work with a specific category of publisher only, we can do, and it also give the opportunity to, for example, exclude this kind of toolbar kind of publisher. That's for the merchant side. In terms of obviously, this toolbar extension, this is more a conversation that obviously we need to have with the merchant one-to-one, depends on which other merchant download the program and participate to the last click attribution. As Skimlinks, we know what is the value of commerce content, especially on the first click. And also, we are starting to have a lot of conversation with the network, with merchant, how we can remunerate better our publisher in terms of not only last click and also first click. So I think it's that this is more one-to-one cases with every merchant to see what is the affiliate mix that is on the specific program, and how content are basically compete for the last click with other publisher that are on the program as well.
Yeah, working on our publisher development team myself, I think our suggestions would probably be to really focus on, so for publishers to really focus on your conversion rate and having a strong call to action. And when we're talking about commerce content, as Camilla mentioned earlier, having content around deals and things like that can really help drive those conversions. We have another question. Does Skimlinks cost anything as an affiliate? So it sounds like that's a publisher question.
So for the publisher side, we have a revenue share model with the publisher. So we take a percentage of commission on the total CPA that the merchant is paying on the program. And obviously, using Skimlinks, you get access. JS, for example, is the very basic of the technology, is the first step. But actually, if anyone has already logged in the publisher hub, we have additional what we call grow tool in terms of reporting, opportunity, for example, to monetize traffic as well. So there is outside the JS, there is all additional tools that the publisher to scale commerce content that help them to save money on the operational cost. And that's the reason why that there is this revenue share model.
Great. If a merchant has limited budget, can we still work with Skimlinks?
Yes, definitely. As I mentioned, commission rate is a part of the strategy leverage to engage with publisher, but if there is a limitation of the budget, the merchant can still working with us, sharing offer and promotion, being very active with, for example, best-selling product, new product, and they can still engage with publisher.
Perfect. As a publisher, how can we ensure links to products or merchants remain active long term, especially if, for example, blogs are archived? So basically, it's a question about how to avoid dead links.
So in terms of like be active in the long term, so on our side we are taking different action in the way how we can prospect publisher. For example, what are the kind of content that are generating money that are 90 days longer, or for example, in terms of dead links, I don't know if that means links that go to 404 page or a page that doesn't exist. Actually, on our side, this is quite a relevant topic because with the product team, we actually are discussing how we can help publishers to better identify this kind of links and also update the links as well. So this is part of our product discussion, and as any new product release, as soon as we have news, we will definitely share consistently with our publisher network.
Thank you, Camilla. This will be our final question. So as a publisher, actually, no, it looks like it's a merchant question. So it's, what is the number of new affiliates during this COVID time? So I think it's a question about how many new affiliates have joined Skimlinks since we've been dealing with the pandemic.
So on our side, we didn't see, honestly, any big shift in terms of number of applications. So just to give you an idea, we always are around 2,300 new publisher application every quarter, and we usually approve 50% of that. But since the pandemic, this number has not been affected at all. Actually, I should say it's definitely business as usual. Obviously, we work with a lot of publishers, so I don't have definitely this number on top of my mind, but what I can say on top level, that there does not be any specific decrease on that.
Perfect. Okay, so I think that's about all the time we have for today. So we just wanted to give a huge thanks to you, Camilla, for hosting and for sharing your insights, and also to thank everyone who's joined us today. As usual, we'll follow up with the webinar content and recording in about 48 hours. If you have any other questions, feel free to email marketing@commissionfactory.com and or speak to your Commission Factory account manager. Any closing remarks from you, Camilla?
No, thanks. Thanks, everyone, and thanks, Amanda. It was a pleasure to join this webinar today.
Oh, thank you, Camilla. So for everyone who's joined us, huge thanks to all of you for attending. We'll follow up on the questions in our webinar blog or directly via email. And everyone have a great afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you are. Thank you. Bye-bye.